Well, earlier in the show, we heard from West Virginia fans, and if their pronunciation of Gonzaga is anything like their team's performance Thursday, Zags have a real solid chance at advancing. Keith Ossocatch and Will Sherratt join us live now from San Jose. Will, we got to hear your singing voice. It's got to be comforting to know if this whole TV thing doesn't work out, you can always troll some karaoke bars for tips, right?
Jack, it was the highlight of my career. I was not kidding when I said singing Country Roads with the raccoon hats was. We'll see if maybe a trip to the Final Four is in order, and that might top the list. We'll see. But, hey, if they're going to get there, they got to get past this team that apparently plays defense a lot differently than everyone else.
Well, before we get to that, I've heard that song from this guy for 3 days, okay? So I'm glad everybody else got to hear it once because I got to hear it for 3 days. All right, now we're going to talk about the press, something we've been talking about for 4 days, because when you're playing West Virginia, that's the #1 thing you have to prepare for, and the hardest thing you have to prepare for because nobody else runs it, and that's the big key in tomorrow's game.
I mean, that's the main thing we need to talk about, because obviously your defense is at a high level.
The unconventional Mountaineer defense, the focus for the Zags all week as GU prepares for 40 minutes of mayhem.
No, you can't mimic it. It's tough to try to go over, what we do in a short amount of time.
What they've done to people all year, I mean, it deserves to get talked about as much as it is, It's something that is different, and it works for them. So we got to execute on our end and do what we got to do to get past it.
Sure, the Mountaineers are solid, but Gonzaga's defense statistically ranks as the best in the country.
We have all the confidence in our world, and we feel like if we can get stops and get out in transition, I think that'll be a huge benefit for us. Obviously, you can press more when you're scoring baskets, so we're really dialed in defensively to try to limit their looks and try to make everything tough.
Dialed in on Thursday without looking ahead to potentially the 3rd Elite 8 appearance in school history.
There's something about the tournament, it just makes it so much more fun. And I know the memories we've made on and off the court during these first couple of games have been great. We'll never forget them. So we're just really excited to all get back out there and continue this run.
If you're a boss at your work and your employees start telling you they're feeling sick around 4 o'clock tomorrow, spoiler alert, they're not really. 4:39 tip time, Gonzaga right here in San Jose in the Sweet 16 against West Virginia. Should be a fun matchup of styles, and we'll see how Gonzaga handles that press once and for all.
4 o'clock. I think I'd just take the lunch break and not come back, sell the food poisoning, something like that.
You would do that.
Just a little pro tip as I say that in front of my boss on live TV. Hey, the guys down in Vegas, they think the Zags are going to win this 3-point favorites. We'll see how that plays into the action tomorrow, Jack.
Phenomenal work ethic, Will Sherratt. I got a question, guys. It's been 4 straight days of talking West Virginia press. Now, I know I'm tired of talking about it. Did the guys, the Zags, give any indication that they're tired of hearing about how great this vaunted press is?
Well, I think that's exactly how I asked the question, first of all, and they said, well, it is the focus of the game, but I think what they're a little irritated about is nobody's talking about Gonzaga's defense because it's one of the tops in the country, regardless of press or not. So I think they may feel a little bit like, hey, we deserve some respect on the defensive end as well, and that could be what happens because if West Virginia can't shoot it, Gonzaga could make it a very long game for them.
Keith Ossocatch and Will Sherratt. Will, when you get back, Drew Reeves and I, we got a date set up for you. We're going to Monterey. We're going to dominate the karaoke scene. But before that, we got a couple of games to win. We'll check in with you guys at 11.